CW's All-American star Taye Diggs recently revealed parts of a painful past in a new interview with TV One. In the candid sit-down, Taye says he used to be called a white boy growing up and was even criticized by women he dated for just being himself. And although he recalls the name-calling as painful, he doubled down and stayed true to himself. Ladies, what's your take on this?
You know, I get so tired of people that think that black people are supposed to be one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Say that.
It's like we are all different.
Not okay.
I love, you know, that's why it's a big deal when you have a show like this, to be honest. And you have, you know, different women of color, especially black women of color. You're different than I am.
Yeah.
You know, or if we have a whole panel of women, because people have this stereotype. And the thing about Taye Diggs, if you meet him, he's quirky, he's
so
fun.
kind.
You look at his TikToks, that's
so cool.
Who would want to take that away?
Right.
You know, just because he's not acting a certain type of way that you think because he's of a certain skin color.
Right.
It's
corny
so unfair.
To be black.
It is really unfair.
Absolutely,
I lived it. I have lived it.
Really?
When I came to the United States, I didn't speak English. So when I learned from in Massachusetts. I learned proper English. When I moved to Miami and I was so excited to go to school with kids that looked like me, had hair like me, it was a disaster because they thought, she speaks like she's white. She thinks she's white. And that had nothing to do with it, and it hurt me so bad because I was so excited to go with, you know, to school with my people. You know what I mean? And it can be so hurtful. We don't all have to look the same and act the same and be the same, but we can all embrace each other.
And we were raised, everybody's raised differently.
Sucks.
It depends on your geographic, it depends on your culture, you know what I mean?
Let's keep it real. There's nothing worse than not being embraced by your own people.
Yes.
Let's really talk about that. When we first started this show, you know, we had representation for Asian, for Black, for Latinos, and one of the biggest comments I got was, she's not representing Latinas. She's not Latina, she talks Black.
What?
You remember that?
Yeah.
And that would be the comments. And I was so heartbroken by that because here I am thinking, and crazy enough to think that I was the first Latina in daytime television, which sounded insane. It was bittersweet to know that like, oh, that's crazy that in 2013 there hasn't been someone on the English channel. Now, obviously we have Cristina and Laura and whatever, but in English channel. And I literally cried about it. I was like, that is so sad. Like, I'm not saying I'm here to represent every single one of you, but if I can get through the door, that then means you can too.
Right.
And I was like, it's bigger than just us as personalities. This show is so much bigger than Lonnie, Adrian, Garcelle, and Jeannie. It's that we're not saying I represent every single one of your thoughts as a Latina. I'm not saying that I have the same journey as you. First of all, I consider myself an urban Latina because I was raised in New York City. So I talk like this because of that. But that if we can do it, that means that hopefully this next generation will continue to have a show that looks like this. Maybe you're not gonna have the exact same stories, but you at least have the representation. So let's not tear
But that's why
people
we've
down.
always said it's important to put different types of cultures and representations on television. It's like, you know, I'm not ghetto. People say, this is the ghetto girl. No, I'm from Detroit, bitch, okay? This is how we are. We real, we say it like how we feel it, you know what I mean? And I'm like,
and
my
you're wildly educated.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but that was the point of, we do talk shows so that every day we find out who is Jeannie. And this is the thing. It was funny because when I started dating James, a lot of people like, I'm surprised you would date.
What does that mean?
Why? What are you surprised about? What are you? My soul connected with his soul. What's the problem?
Someone like me, when you say like me, what are you expecting someone like Lonnie to date? Where are you going with that?
Yeah, exactly. And so what I love about this show is that we're able to bring on guests. We've able to open up on ourselves. And I hope that we have shown America, stop stereotyping because you see someone that's Asian or Haitian or Latina or from Detroit.
We are individual people, and we hope and pray that every time you watch this show, you connect with us on that level. Not on just, oh, she's Asian, but that, oh my God, I have a similar energy, you know, and that's what's most important. So I feel for Taye Diggs because I think that has to be so hurtful to hear from his own, and let's check that right now. It be our own.
Right.
It was not white people on there telling me that I sounded black. It was my own people saying that, and that hurt me to the core.
Sure.
And that's
really
why
did.
it's such a huge message when Taye said he leaned into more of being himself.
Right.
And that is the one place I really love with social media. Like, I see so many varieties of people. Like, you realize that anybody can take on any different art form and be any type of personality and be any color skin.
Right.
And we accept who they are for what they are.
Yeah.
No more putting people in boxes and no more changing yourself to fit the mold.
Right.
Why do you think
that
that's
is
our
key.
own people, though? That's always the hardest on us.
Man.
That's a really good question. I think there's a little bit of possession of us.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You're my people, so therefore I want you to be this way so that I feel good about me.
It's an entitlement.
Right. So I feel good about me.
I think that there are women out there who are uncomfortable with women who are comfortable with themselves. And I'm speaking from a personal place. I got my whole life that Jeannie's fake. How you can be so happy all the time? I really do enjoy life. I really do like people.
Yeah.
And I do have ups and downs, and I don't always like what I'm going through, but I love myself. And I think that a lot of women had a problem around me because they didn't like that I really like me.
Yep.
And that is a threat to you.
Yep.
And that's something else that's going on with you.
Right.
Yeah.
But it took a long time to get to know that. So sometimes don't take it personally when other people got a problem because it's really more about themselves.
That is the word.
That's the word.
That's the word right there.
That's the word.
Because you got a problem with yourself.
You don't believe me.
Yeah.